Hello again, time for me to do another review for you. This time around it's going to be on a name that's probably a little more known than the last few I've done. But before I get stuck into it, I want to say a very special thank you and shout out to Squid Ink Screenprinting for their fantastic support of everything we do here at THRS. Check out them because they can give you all your screen printing needs, including but not limited to by a long way these stubby holders here. We'll link them up in either the YouTube details below, or if this is on Facebook, it'll be tagged. And so go check out their work because they do a lot of great things for us here at THRS. So, getting on to things, the new review for today is Lacuna Coil with Black Anima, or Anima, I'm not sure exactly because I'm not Italian and how to pronounce these things, is 14 tracks for 58 minutes for the bonus edition, the 9th studio album from the Italian band released October 2019 by Century Media and RED Music. Produced by Marco Cottizelati, who's a member of the band. So far it looks like 2 promo tracks have been released in Layers of Time and Reckless. This is the band's first album with Richard Mize on drums, and apparently this album is meant to revolve around a book in some way, shape or form. Now this album starts off with a soft little number that's suitably dark and then gets the ball rolling pretty quickly after that. I've not explored a lot of this band's work before. I have reviewed one album in the past, I think, but this one got my attention pretty quick. It's riff-driven, it's intense, the harsh male vocals are balanced out by a beautiful female vocal. That combination works well on this and gives you hooks along with pure aggression. It's pretty tight, snap to the grid kind of stuff, but that works for this style of music really well. It's tight performances, solid band playing well with each other on this one. It's dark overall with the light coming from Christina Scabia's voice. That's where the light in this record comes in. That said, the snap to the grid stuff, there's a bit of groove and swing in this, which is cool. When it has that, that's when it really pumps for me. There is some nice lead guitar work we found on this as well, and the rhythm section anchors everything down nicely underneath all of that, obviously. This is a production-heavy album. You can tell they will nail this live. The talent is clearly there on display on this record, but the studio is certainly being used as an instrument on this album. The way the tones shift on this is really well executed, and there are some nice use of effects on this. Not too much, but just here and there it's done right. Some very cool use of panning as well, I noticed. It's got a dense sound wall, but if you dig a bit deeper into it, the way the panning is used on this is really intelligent and artful. It adds something different to this release, and it got my attention. Some good layering in this as well. It's impressive in how subtle it is. I love the vocal work in that regard. There's a lot of layering in there. There would have been a lot of vocal takes going into this, and you can hear it, and it's really well mixed in. But there's also synth in the same regard, and it's brilliantly used in the way that it adds to the songs, but it doesn't distract you, but also the songs would be lesser for it if they weren't there. It's a really well balanced thing. The album overall has this effortless, epic feel, which is impressive. It's not a garage rock band, nothing like that at all. This is firmly modern metal and very polished. It's got some little operatic touches in this as well, and it's all in all pretty powerful with a lot of weight to it. The only knock I really have in that regard is I'm not overly familiar with the band, and as such it's a little bit hard to make out the lyrics at some points on some songs with all the effects being put on it. It's not a bad thing, but it's just one of those things where if you had the lyric sheet it'd make your life a lot easier. But that said, it is clearer on headphones, so that's something to consider. I would have also liked to have been a touch warmer overall in the final mix. It does have a bit of a clinical feel to it, but that's more of a taste thing than a harsh critique. It's a very small gripe from me. And it's a pretty intense listen for the duration as well. Not a huge amount of light and shade from song to song, although the way things are composed does give you that light and shade within the songs. There is some good push and pull in that regard, which gives the album some overall dynamics. It is a bit of a longer listen when you include bonus tracks, but I think the bonus tracks are worth it on this release. Some of those are highlights for me. All in all, this is a very, very solid album, well worth your time. If you like modern metal especially, this is one that's done really well. It might be a little bit two-dimensional in the overall final product for some people. I did find that to be a little bit of a thing, but not a bad thing in any way. It just could have probably done with a softer track or two just to break things up a little bit better. If you want old school metal, that's not what this is about. This is very contemporary and actually makes me want to go and explore the catalogue a bit more, so well done on that regard. For the style, I have a feeling, even though I'm not hugely a big connoisseur of this style of metal, I think that this will put the band right back into the top of the conversation again, which is pretty cool. I would really like to know what the long-time fans out there think of this one, so please let us know. This is certainly a very intense listen. Overall, I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. My standout tracks were Reckless, Apocalypse, Layers of Time, and Black Dried Up Heart, which is one of the bonus tracks. I did tell you there were some highlights in there for me. Give us your thoughts. As always, remember to like and subscribe and comment and follow our social medias and all that sort of stuff. Again, a very special thank you to Squid Ink Screenprinting for their fantastic support. Again, check out their details and support those that support us here. We will see you in the next video. Hopefully tomorrow. I think I'll do another one, but we'll see how we go. Until then, drink up, rock on.